I'm Mark Gablowski.
I'm Josh Gablowski.
And Josh was granted a dream from the Sunshine Foundation about 12 years ago. He had suffered a traumatic brain injury in a hit and run with 2 semi-trucks. So Josh showed up in full working order. Everything was fully operational, and he was high energy. But he was also like this observant kind of kid that stood off into the corner trying to figure things out. And then there was a car accident. They got hit by a semi-truck, and when the car, after finished spinning around and across 4 or 5 lanes, it came to rest and a second semi-truck hit them. And it was a devastating car crash. We got some photographs of the car afterwards. Across the windshield, the police had written fatality. That's how bad it was. Like, they didn't even think he was gonna make it to the hospital. You know, our whole life, like, everything changed that day. When I got there, he was on life support. There was a ventilator keeping his lungs going. There was barely any brain activity. About day 3, we had a chance to meet with the brain surgeon, and it was the first glimmer of hope, if you could call it that. But he said to me, if Josh survives the first week, he'll probably live. But I can't tell you what that looks like. Josh was in the hospital for about 4 months total. The injury was a global injury, both hemispheres, all the lobes, the brain stem, everything was damaged. When he started therapy, he was 3.5 years old, and he had 7 therapy appointments a day, which is 7 hours of therapy a day, rough on an adult. And we're trying to get a 3.5-year-old who's actually in a coma to get the brain to wake up. So after 4 months in the hospital, Josh was able to come home. And from there, we went to an outpatient status with therapies. He did therapy 4 days a week, 3 hours a day. After the years went by, Josh actually became aware of his disabilities that were a result of the accident. And one day he came to me and said, "Dad, I don't like having disabilities." And I thought, I knew this day was coming. And I was really, really concerned with how that would affect him emotionally.
It was hard at times for me to realize I'm a bit different from others, that I wish I was kind of the same.
You know, I heard about the Sunshine Foundation through a friend of mine who has 3 children, and 2 of them were on the autism spectrum. So I got online and I did the application, and I was at a really, really tough spot in life at that point. And I got a response, and I was told that Josh had been granted a wish, and it was one of the best days like ever. Like, it buoyed my spirits in this really amazing way to get that kind of good news that Sunshine Foundation was going to be able to give a dream to my son, and it was something I couldn't give him. So yeah, it was one of the best days ever for us. When Josh got his dream, he was about 9 years old. And so we opted for going to the Dream Village.
I just thought I would like to have fun.
We thought it would be joyful, and it turned out to be very much so.
When I saw Mickey Mouse sign, I clapped my palms so hard that they hurt.
he was crazy excited when he saw that Mickey Mouse sign at the entrance. You know, the dreams are granted by Sunshine Foundation for the child, except it granted a dream come true for me. While we were there, I was able to see him enjoying himself in a way that he couldn't enjoy himself here at home, and experiencing, whether it was the rides or the shows or just being able to walk around the amusement park and see all the amazing decorations and the smile on his face. It was, I mean, it really hit me in the heart. It was powerful to be able to watch him enjoying himself like that. When we left there was this renewed sense of hope in my life and in how I saw my son's life. It gave me this idea that there's an awful lot of good in this world, even when you're going through very difficult times, and there's people from around the country who care enough to make things possible that all the parents of these kids, we can't make possible for ourselves, at least not in that moment. Last I checked, Sunshine has granted 44,000 dreams over the years. And we are forever grateful to them to be one of the recipient of one dream, because it impacted our lives in such a big way. I hope I get to see Sunshine grant 44,000 more dreams in my lifetime. I want to say thank you to the Sunshine Foundation, but I also want to thank every person who's ever given a nickel to spread some joy and sunshine in a world where it's sometimes hard to grab onto all by yourself as a parent or as a child. So thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Sunshine Foundation.